Enough Said is brought to you by Sheldon Street Pizza. Visit them online at sheldonstreetpizza.com or stop by Sheldon's during your next trip to Lake Orion. Sheldon Street Pizza, the official pizza of Enough Said. And by Fourth Coast Cider Works. Quality craftsmanship, quality hard cider. You can check them out online at fourthcoastciderworks.com or come get a can or a howler at their Canterbury Village location. Not available for anyone under the age of 21. Please drink responsibly. A tough loss for Saginaw Valley State this past Saturday against Davenport. The Panthers go into Saginaw and hold on for a 29-28 victory over the Cardinals. A lot to unpack from that game with Cardinals head coach Ryan Brady. Plus, we look into this weekend's matchup on the road against Northern Michigan. My conversation with Saginaw Valley State head football coach Ryan Brady starts now. So you guys had this one well within reach in the fourth quarter, but then Davenport, as they did the entire game, they really dominated the time of possession on Saturday. The Panthers held the ball for nearly 40 minutes, and in the end, they managed to run the clock out over the final 8 minutes of the game. What were they able to do on that drive and throughout much of the game to keep the ball in their possession and keep it out of your guys' hands?
Yeah, they were successful on third down. I thought they did a really nice job on third down of continuing to, move the chains, and so a lot of credit goes to them and the plan that they had. And obviously their players executed very well.
They are a good offensive team. They have been throughout much of the year. Your defense held them to under 30 points, which is something that only two other teams have done all season long. What did your players on defense take away from this game?
Yeah, obviously we were disappointed. There was a lot of adversity that we faced and had to overcome. Obviously, Andrew Brito not starting, and we had to basically start a starting wide receiver at quarterback. So that was one of the challenges that we faced. And Jairus came in and did really a nice job. We turned the ball over 4 times, which resulted in 17 points. And so, the turnovers were really hard to overcome in this game. But we managed to find a way to take the lead, 28-23 with, about 10 minutes to go. And we had opportunities to close this one out. And, we literally let it slip through our fingers.
Speaking of those turnovers, they came at some of the worst times for you guys because you had a chance in this one with the lead. You're up by 11 points. You have a chance to make this a 3-score game, but then a turnover gives them the ball. They go on an 11-play drive. They get a touchdown on that. And then it's 14-13 at halftime. Then early in the third quarter, special teams had a muffed punt that led to a field goal and an interception that led to a Davenport touchdown. All of those were costly turnovers for you guys. When you're watching all of that unfold on the sidelines, what concerned you the most about those critical moments?
The first one hurt the most. Cam Mitchell makes a nice play, intercepts the ball. We have a lot of momentum. We're up 14-3. And so we're feeling really good. We got the ball. We're going to, offensively, I thought we moved the ball really well in the first half, having a lot of success, doing a good job of keeping them off balance. And, they ran a little game and, one of our guards didn't exchange it, and defensive lineman came around and dove and poked the ball out. Jairus had it secured. It just was one of those plays, and then, we just didn't respond in a sudden change situation like we needed to. And, like you referenced, they went on an 11-play drive and went down and scored. And, and then it made it 14-13, going into halftime. And really they stole the momentum. I thought really, we dominated early in that game. Our defense was playing really well. Offense was playing really well. Special teams playing really well. And then just the turnovers, they capitalized on some of our mistakes, and that changed the momentum of the game. And then even in the second half, we just, we had so many opportunities, and some of those we took advantage of. And then just when we thought, we had things under control, we make another mistake, and then Davenport capitalized. And so just, I thought we would, near the end of the game, I thought for sure, our defense, would be able to, hold them and give them another stop, and for Davenport to go on a 8-minute plus drive is, just really, give a lot of credit to them. It's just a really nice job there. So it's definitely a tough one to swallow, coming up just to play short, and just, looking back on the game, it's, it's a game of inches, and, you can't turn the ball over in a game, of that magnitude, 4 times and expect to win.
We've talked throughout the season about your guys maintaining their focus and not getting rattled, but 4 turnovers, I think that would rattle anybody. What was the mindset of the team as all of this was unfolding?
I thought they handled it well. We did a really good job, I think, taking care of the football. Just the last 2 weeks, obviously Wayne State, we turned it over 3 times. Then, last week, we had 3 on offense. And then 1 on the muff punt, so, 7 turnovers in the last, 2 games, that's just too many, and you're playing, we're playing our 5th undefeated, opponent on the season, with obviously a lot at stake. And, you just can't play in, a game like that, of that magnitude, and expect to win against an undefeated team, at the college level, when you turn the ball over 4 times.
Getting back to what you were saying earlier about having to start wide receiver Jarvis Grissom in this game at quarterback, he did a phenomenal job for you guys. In fact, he took the second play from scrimmage, 73 yards for a touchdown. He ran for 154 yards and 3 scores. He also threw a touchdown pass. What did you make of his performance a second straight week in this role for him?
Obviously, this was his first, full start. He came in the end of a Wayne State game and did a nice job. And so, I thought overall, he played well. Obviously there's a few plays he wishes he had back, the interception, the fumble, those are 2 things that he's still, beating himself up about, and I just told him, I said, dude, there's going to be mistakes. It's your first start, and we're in, we're in week 8 here, dude, and it's your first start, and you're going up against, a ranked opponent, who's undefeated, who plays really good defense. And so, I knew we were going to have to overcome a few things, and so it was just a few too many, and just ultimately, you got to play complementary football. Offense needs to complement the defense needs to complement the offense. And we just didn't do that. And so we did not convert on 3rd down offensively, and we did not stop, Davenport on 3rd down. So just looking at the game in a nutshell, it's surprising that it was 29-28 and we were right there at the end, considering that, we didn't play well on 3rd down on either side of the ball. And, then obviously the turnovers, really, resulted, for 17 points for them. Those few things I thought were really hard for us to overcome.
One thing that really stood out to me in this game was Jarvis had a 58-yard touchdown pass to Isaiah Malcolm, but that was just a 3-play drive. And given the way that Davenport was moving the ball on you guys, were you concerned that may have been too short of a drive for your defense to recover in time to get back out there and be impactful for you?
Yeah, I did think, we got tired near the end of that game. You could see it defensively. They were wearing us down a little bit. But I honestly thought that that the long touchdown pass was maybe the shot in the arm and the energy boost that we needed. It's 4th quarter. It's a big play. We just blocked a field goal. I mean, so we were making plays. We just had, too many key guys not come through in key situations. And when that happens, it's going to be tough to win when your best players don't play their best.
What is the significance of the injury to Andrew Brito, and is he set to come back this weekend?
Yeah, he practiced today. Still uncertain on his availability. So he did some things today and looked good, but he's still recovering from a lower leg injury. So he's day to day right now, and we're just going to keep progressing with him one day at a time.
So you guys take on Northern Michigan this week, so you have to recover from this one quickly because you've got a really tough game on the road this weekend. You have to take another trip up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Looking at their record right now, they are 3-6 on the year. It's been a tough season for them, but you know this is going to be a tough test for you guys to have to go up north and play them. What are some concerns that you have about this game coming up Saturday?
Obviously, Northern Michigan, they have a really good running back, and they do a good job running the football. And so, first and foremost, we need to dominate the line of scrimmage defensively and stop the run. And then obviously, anytime you cross the bridge, it's tough to play up in the UP, and so, we play indoors at the Superior Dome. So it's got a unique surface, unique lighting, and it's very loud in there. So it's a cool venue, but it's definitely difficult to handle punts and kickoffs in terms of special teams. So it's important we get up there and walk through and catch a lot of balls off the foot and catch a lot of passes in the air just to get comfortable to the lighting and it's just got a different feel to it up there. So, but Northern Michigan, they're a good football team. They play good defense. It's senior day up there. I know their head coach very well. He'll have the boys ready to go.
Looking at Saginaw Valley State, you guys are 6-3 overall this season. All three of your losses have been to top 25 teams, so you have been tested all season long, and you guys still have a shot at a playoff bid. Looking at where the GLIAC is right now, this was a tough loss for your team against Davenport. Davenport will be facing Grand Valley State in a couple of weeks in a game that could very well decide the winner in the GLIAC. Do you feel like, having seen them now face-to-face on the field, that maybe Davenport does have the goods to be that team, to be conference champs?
Davenport's did a really nice job this year. They definitely have the magic this year. They've they won their season opener 20-19 over a one-loss Truman State team on the road, which was a big win. And then they won in overtime up north in the UP. They beat Wayne State on the last play of the game, and then they nipped us by a point. So they've been finding a way to win close games and make plays when it counts. And so I definitely think the way Davenport's playing, they have a talented roster. I think anything's possible.
With this being the last two games of the season, you got Northern this week, and then you had that rematch with Michigan Tech next week. What are some things that you want your guys to really focus on as you get ready to wrap up the regular season?
Yeah, just that we want to end things on our terms. We have a lot to be proud of. We've had one of the toughest schedules in the nation, and we're a couple plays away from being a one-loss team. And so, we got to continue to fight, and we got to continue to, challenge ourselves, to be the best that we can be. And, we want to go out and play our best football here, these last 2 weeks. And so, it's been a beautiful week here, in Saginaw with weather. So we've had a great week of practice, and, I'm just excited to get on the bus tomorrow morning and head up north, and excited for our opportunity on Saturday.
Yeah, you don't have to play outside in Marquette in November, and that's a good thing. I'm sure you'll take that all day long. What will it take to go into what they like to call the Uper Dome and come away with a victory?
We got to get back to playing, the way we're capable of playing. So we need to take care of the football first and foremost. We need to run the football, and then defensively we just need to be dominant. And so we've stressed to our players all week that, hey, our best players got to play their best. We have a lot of really good football players here. And they need to put their best foot forward this week. And if our best players come to play and do that, then, I feel good about our chances.
Saginaw Valley State takes on Northern Michigan this Saturday. Coach Ryan Brady, thank you so much for making the time this week to break down last week's game and give us a good preview of what you got coming up this weekend against the Wildcats.
Yeah, thanks, Duff. I appreciate it. Glad you had me on.
Would you like to hear more about Saginaw Valley State football? Then head to my website, aduffsaid.com. You can hear all of my conversations that I've had this season with head coach Ryan Brady just by going to the Podbean app, Apple Podcasts, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts. For more on Saginaw Valley State football, be sure to look up my Facebook page, sports journalist Duff Tyler. You can also hit me up on Twitter. Just look for Duff Tyler. Until next time, I am Duff Tyler, and I am reminding you that if Duff said it, it must be true, because that's what a Duff said.